Right, we've got a client that wanting to do some wedding invitations. They're printed on really nice white, smooth white board. That's one half, that's the other half. But the problem that we have is that they only want certain areas to be foiled. So this is done in blue and black. There we've got some black there, black there, and some black. So basically what they want us to do is foil all the black areas only and not the blue areas. Now that can be quite tricky, and as you can imagine, it would mean pasting little pieces of foil over the whole area and then run it through the machine and foil it. But that can be a bit of a problem. So here's an example of what you would think about doing. In other words, cut your foils, and then there we've got an area we want to place the foil over. And now remember, you're going to have lots of these little loose pieces all over the place. You've got to make sure that they don't overlap on the other areas where they don't want the foil. They only want it in certain areas. But the problem with this sort of job is that because these little pieces of foil are so flimsy, the slightest movement or a little bit of breeze and they all will go out of register. If you have a look here, they'll move, and that means that you're going to get foil where you don't want it. Just the slightest little breeze, and there you have a problem. You've got to start all over again. So there's another way of doing it. It takes a little bit of time to do it, but you're going to make a template which is going to solve the problem, and it's going to make life a hell of a lot easier for you. So here's a way to make life a little bit easier for yourself when you're foiling specific areas. What I've done is used the base sheet. This is just a support sheet underneath, and I've connected a very light, this is a wax paper, non-stick. And then what I've done is I've put in the actual card that we're wanting to print onto, and then I've pulled this cover sheet over the top, and then I've actually carefully measured and gone and cut out specific areas where we want our foil to be. Now with this paper in the way, when I put a full sheet of foil over the top of this, the foil will only be able to make contact with the areas that are exposed, like you see there. This paper will stop the foil going anywhere else. So even on the other printed areas where the foil may stick, we've pretty much masked those out. So the template then protects us and enables us to just foil into the areas where we want to foil. We put the foil over carefully, close that lip down on that side, and then you slot it into the machine this way, let it run through, and then eventually when you do pull the foil out, and I will show you in a second, pull the foil off and take your sheet out, all those areas that we've masked out that we want to highlight will be foiled. Right, so here we have our template that we ran through the machine. This is just our cover sheet which you put over the top. We've got a bit of the foil over top of our template sheet. As you can see there's our template where we've cut out in certain areas, and if I pull the foil off, you can see that the foil is transferred into the cutouts that we've made. Right, so there we go. And then if I take the sheet out from underneath, so this paper really protects that line from getting any foil on it. There can't be any mistakes because it can only stick in the areas where we've cut out. And if we take this out of here now like this, you'll see this invitation, how beautiful it looks. There we go. There it's printed in the areas we wanted. Perfect, beautiful, no sticking with individual foils, and that's how you can do your tricks with spot areas that you want to foil. As simple as that.